All right, let's go ahead and work on a brand using AI to upgrade a brand identity. Today, we're working on Embody Society, joined by my amazing wife, Steffi Lane. How are you doing, Steffi?
Yes. Hi, everyone. And also your business partner.
Business partner, wife, yes. And you've got
Mhm.
this project, Embody Society, which we initially kind of built out about a year ago
Mhm.
using AI, ChatGPT. And the AI has gotten so much better over the past year.
It was the old video, the viral one with like 160,000 views. That one.
Yep. So let's go through an updated version of that today. You need some assets, right? So let's get into what you need. A little more updated vibe, a little bit better visual direction, mood board, some background images that you can use on websites, on social media graphics, all the good
Yes.
stuff.
When we created this, the Embody Society, when Andrew did that first video, I think it was in May 2025, it was the very beginning. And also I was unclear of like what I was doing.
Mhm.
And now I have experiences, coaching sessions. I've done things, so I know more. So this is actually really good. This is like a 2.0 version, a refinement. And I love the mood board for this because we can refine and we can keep going.
Perfect. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun today. We're going to use the mood board prompts that are in the mood board method course. There is a link over here if you want to grab these prompts and follow along, do this yourself. We're going to go through this today. So I'm going to open up this library of these are really like tools, prompts. There's so much in here, and we're going to walk through it and use these today. Some of them are updated. You'll notice some small updates and improvements. We're always updating this. We're going to use basic tools today like Gemini, AI Studio, and maybe ChatGPT a little bit since you already have some information in there.
Oh,
We're
I
going
have
to
a lot of
focus on,
information in there.
yeah, we're going to use some Nano Banana 2, which is their fast model. It's basically free. Probably not pro today. I don't think we'll need it. So really simple stuff that everyone has access to, and we're going to move really fast and just see what we can get done. This is a real project, so just going to like get into it and work with what you already have. And so a lot of people are kind of starting with rough ideas that are already exist, or maybe a starting point with your brand, but can you get a new direction, a new vision, and get clarity on that, make some decisions on your direction of your brand, your look, your feel, the vibe, and get some assets today, which will help you make all of your content creation much faster.
Hmm. Perfect. Oh, look. Hey, Stephanie and Andrew, brand builder family in the house.
What's
Hi,
up, Rachel?
Queen Rachel.
All right, let's do it. Let's have some fun. So,
Let's go.
to start with, this is the big picture plan. We already have some info. Let me drop us over on the side so we're not in the way here. Okay. So, we're going to look at this. This is how I look at starting from scratch or doing like a rebrand or just a slight tweaks or improvements to your brand. What info do you already have? Is it accessible? Can you find that somewhere? Can the AI find that? You have a project on ChatGPT that has a lot of that info in it. So that's a good starting point using a project in ChatGPT. You can upload a bunch of docs, and now we have a good starting point. So we're going to start there, and let's go ahead and get into the brand vibe, which I want to see what the AI thinks your brand should look like. I like to
Hmm.
start there because before we get into visual creation, it's easier to just kind of talk with the AI and chat and like see what it writes. So let's go ahead and do that first. I'm going to
Perfect.
open
And if
up.
you hear live, leave us a comment, say hi. And of course, if you're watching the replay, put the replay in there.
Cool. So we've got this prompt. Let's just drop this in.
Oh, yeah. What
And
prompt are you putting in?
this will be the brand vibe report. So it's
Okay.
going to help you translate rough ideas into a potent, crystal clear report, which basically uncovers your brand's emotional frequency, which is a good starting point. Before we get into visuals, it's helpful to have the AI think about the emotional frequency and resonance with your audience. I'm going to say use the info in this project, prioritize more recent chats and insights.
I feel so exposed.
That's there's a lot in here.
Yeah. I talk to my ChatGPT like every single day and from my phone, and specifically that project.
So let's start with one. So what this will do is either do one full report or it'll give you 3 ideas. What do you want, Steph? Do you want to see 3 different ideas
Whatever you
or
think.
just what it thinks? It'll go more in depth.
Let's go
I'm
type 1.
Okay, let's just do one. It's going to give its best stab at it to see what it comes up with. All right, so it's based on all these documents. It's going to kind of help us. So this brand vibe report also helps you move along. So it's kind of educating you as you read through it. Expansive permission, step into a room where the biggest vision suddenly feels normal. That's pretty cool. I like how it described that.
Yeah, I got very clear on that. This feels good.
Okay, so it's trying to describe like the essence of your brand. It's analyzing all that information. If you don't have any information, you could have it help you get some of this out of your head. Since you've already done this and talked it out and written it out, it has a lot to pull from. The founder energy is trying to describe this. So we'll go with this and just use this as a starting point to see if we're even on the right track. So we can sit here and read and analyze it all day. But what I like to do next is go grab the mood board generator. And this is the prompt to create the mood board images. So now we can see what the AI thinks that looks like. And we have the old flowing style. We have the new grid style. I like the grid one. It's just a little bit more modern. That's the more recent prompt that I added.
I like that one.
So what I'm going to do is open up Gemini. This is like a free tool. You have limited images you can create for free. If you have a paid plan, you can do like 100 images a day. So you can do a lot here inside Gemini. Really high quality design. Let's go grab the report that it generated. And now I have a lot of information to give it. So I can drop this down here in this additional details section. So just that report alone, yeah, it has a ton of information for the AI to help it make a mood board to bring that vision to life. What I like to do is run it.
You run it through fast, not pro?
Yes, I'm using fast. It's actually really good. Very, very similar to pro, and it's much faster. So we can kind of iterate quicker.
Queen Rachel says, new prompts. I like the new board's options. I know, amazing.
Yeah, they turn out clean, huh?
Ooh, look at this.
Now, what we didn't give it, since you already have a brand that you've been building stuff.
Yeah, we didn't give it.
This is giving us like a fresh look. So it's useful to see something totally new, even though you already have some stuff, and we can pull that up in a minute to even see how similar it looks to what you've already built. Right, this is kind of what your brand is already looking like, which is pretty good. You know, there's a lot of good stuff going on here, but like you said, it's a little bit outdated now. So it's cool to see what the AI thinks it might look like. There's one.
No, I like
Here's
the other
another
one.
Yeah, we can just kind of see quickly, even with the same vibe, it's going to show it up, like create the vision in different styles.
This gives me ideas for photo shoots when I do a photo shoot, what I need.
Oh, totally right.
I mean, that one's very luxurious.
Yeah, so we have visuals now. So if you were starting from scratch, that would be a fast way to kind of see. It's interesting. It does pick up a lot of the style that you've already incorporated. But we are kind of refining a brand. So that is going to influence this a bit. We don't want to go too off of what you've already done. But I like to just see real quick as an exercise.
I don't like the one to the right.
Okay, so you're not liking that.
I don't know why. I just don't really like green. I love the color green, but I don't like it for my brand.
Cool. So what we could do is go back to the vibe. I'd be curious, in that same chat, give us 3 ideas. I could even start to give it some information. We want to stick with this kind of look, right? Well, I'm trying to think. I mean, how different or how updated do you want this to feel?
I mean, just elevated.
Do you like the darker? You've kind of been going with this darker.
Yeah, I really like it.
Okay,
I like
so
the dark, moody. It's very me.
bit darker, more moody, more VIP, I think is where you're going with this.
Mm-hmm.
So we can chat with it. We got one version of what the AI thought, which is a useful starting point. You can quickly see what that looks like. Okay, now we have a starting point. More VIP and more gold, shimmer, kind of dreamy, but still like luxe kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Does that capture what you're wanting?
Yes.
All right, let's try that. Oh, I did say 3 ideas. So it's going to go, and now it's going to go a little bit wider with 3 ideas. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, velvet inner circle, mysterious. This is fun just to explore like what the AI kind of thinks, how it's describing it. Gilded awakening, a dreamy golden.
Yeah,
That kind of sounds right.
I think that sounds more like me, like the golden, the midnight sovereign.
Power of self, quiet authority. Okay, we could try number 2. So we have just just like a tighter chunk of text we could try out. So I can run back over here. We can just do a new chat, drop that in, go back and grab the mood board prompt. Now above all that, I can just type it in. So we got the prompt in there. And we can also change the ratio if you want to change the size of the image. If you want more of a horizontal mood board, pretty much any ratio you want to use, you can just change that right here. I'm going to take that same one now and do it 3 times.
Why 3 times?
Even with the same description of the vibe, it's going to be different. So we might find slightly different styles, because every time you run this through an AI image tool, it's going to have slightly different look, especially the vibe, where it's not telling it exactly how to make it look. It's just kind of describing the idea of it. So we're not really into like super refined. The more details you give it, the less creative the AI gets. I like to be creative in the early stage, so we have a little bit more. It is tightening it up pretty good though. So all these are looking pretty tight, like similar style.
Yeah.
Is any of this landing with you? It's okay if it's not.
No, I do like that one. Number 1.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is like version 2. So with a little bit of feedback and with 3 variations.
You know what? Actually, I kind of want it a little bit darker, a little bit more moodier. It's too like sunshiny. I'm a Scorpio. I have that darkness.
Well, we could even go in and look at the vibes that it gave us. Is there one that's maybe a bit more? You can read through it if you don't want to.
Let me read number 3, because number 3 was pretty cool. Let me read number 3. Yeah, let's try that one.
Okay.
This is good though. I'm glad that the other one's very shiny and bright, and I am that person, but
oh, it's fine. It's fun to see, because you oftentimes it's actually really helpful to see what you don't like versus what you do like, because now you can.
I liked it. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. We're all about going for the things we love these days.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean, it's so fast.
Right.
Okay. Definitely darker.
Yeah. Interesting.
Bringing in some reds, almost kind of feeling like the Design Hacker brand.
Yeah.
It's playing with colors here. That's interesting.
That's a pretty cool one. I like that.
It also plays with the messaging. So you'll see it tries to bring it all together with the messaging. So that's also useful. We're not just looking at visuals, or seeing how it lands, how it resonates, what the words are even.
I mean, from the middle one, from the top one, I like the first ones from each section. So 1.
Okay, so you like those?
Yeah. And then from the other ones you just did.
Let's see.
I think I like number 1. There's a theme.
Over here?
I like it because it does look like Design Hacker as well. So my branding won't get super confusing if I'm promoting something for Design Hacker, because Design Hacker has that magenta color in it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're definitely seeing, all right, so if we go with that, now within this chat, we can play around. Is there anything you want to tighten up or change about this one? I mean, anything you're not loving, like you want to see more of, maybe
Maybe give me like two more options. Yeah.
2 more options. Okay, so playing with this direction. Well, just as far as like words are good here. So what are you not liking? Is it kind of boring, flat? Is it
I guess I'm just missing a little bit of that gold shimmer,
missing some gold,
that like light fractal thing that I absolutely
fractal,
love.
subtle, but kind of magical feel?
Mm-hmm.
A
Remove
bit,
the word magical because
okay,
anytime you add magic, it just say
kind of
lux, but put lux
luxe
feel.
mystery feel.
Yeah.
A bit more, I think mysterious is what I was gonna say, which I think is more of what knowing what you are doing with your brand.
This feels already mysterious, so I think we're good.
Maybe like a bit more introspective, or
Okay.
we can rock with that. We just see if that a little bit of feedback. And I love how fast it is now. I mean, this is so fast to get pretty high quality design.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. So while we're waiting.
There it is. Okay, it brought in some interesting elements. Wow, that's bizarre. Well, it tried a little bit.
It tried it. That was okay.
Okay, so at this stage, what we could try is doing this same prompt again. I'm going to run that, but I'm going to add this at the end. So sometimes it's easier, not there, but actually down here in the actual prompt. What the vibe does is it's trying to not narrow down to specific colors and styles and fonts and all that. What it's trying to do is just find that resonance and like an energetic frequency almost to your brand, and then it creates stuff based on that. What we can do, if that initial prompt isn't quite getting it, we can add in some words and have it just, sometimes it's faster to do a one shot and just start fresh versus trying to tinker and edit one image over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do add some gold shimmer fractal. Even just that alone might be good. Use, you want the magenta kind of glow.
Sure.
In some places. I'm just curious how that would look, since that is very design hacker. Maybe we can incorporate some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show.
I mean, I have been playing with more like the gold and the shimmer, and I love that stuff. Yeah. But I do like that it can be it can cross over with design hacker a little bit.
That would be helpful, right? Since
that would be actually really helpful.
That's kind of getting there. I mean,
yeah, that's cool.
We know that's done well with design hacker stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And just for reference, everyone watching, I'll just show you something crazy here. Like once you get this dialed in, over the last weekend, I made like 500 thumbnails using the design style. And this stuff is crazy. Like any idea you want to visualize. So we're going to get to this in the next few weeks. I'll be teaching ideas.
Are these prompts in the Brand Builder Club?
This is the one I'm working on refining down. But yeah, we are teaching a lot of this. I've been teaching this in the Brand Builder Club. Mm-hmm. We're going this direction where like any idea that you want to convey, I use this one, and then I actually swap that out with myself. But once you get your brand style down, everything else becomes a lot easier. So you can kind of bring any visual to life.
I almost feel like if I can get the gold and the magenta and then a darker vibe together, then I think I'll be solid. Well, that looks good.
Okay, let's see this. That's a big difference though, just from that's the difference between tweaking within a chat thread versus just starting from scratch, which I found is actually much more effective. And if I feel like we're getting on the right track, I'll keep going. And I could say, what do we want? Like, if we're missing something, this is where you have to get good at describing. Mm-hmm. So is there something we want to bring in from your old stuff? Kind of more lifestyle?
Yeah, more lifestyle.
And who do you want to resonate with?
If you go to resonate with, say that again.
Well, like who is the woman you want to like speak to, resonate with?
Resonate with the like elevated businesswoman. She's sitting in first class.
First class. I mean, do you want the whole thing to feel, because what you had over here was a little bit more like vacation
Yeah.
getaway, not really in the weeds of doing it, but more reflective journaling.
And I do like a bit of high fashion. So if you could put like high fashion.
Okay, first class. I mean, this is very different than what you have, so I'm just asking.
Yeah. High fashion type of thing.
Okay, so like
Editorial.
luxury environments, editorial feel, and just adding a few words makes a huge difference in your outputs.
Yeah. This is where we're go. This is where Embody Society is going. Before it was a bit of an adventure, which I am the adventure brand, but this feels a little bit more solid.
Let's see. Sometimes if it doesn't make the image, it'll just start writing stuff. So I'll just start again. And I could hard click the image tool, which I'll try here. You can click that just to force it. It'll give you those style options, which we can just ignore. I may tell it, let's see. We want to create the feeling of stepping in to higher version of self, right? That's what you've been describing.
Mm-hmm.
And we want, it's an invitation and like kind of an inner circle feel.
Mm-hmm.
Inner circle feel to hold that identity.
Yeah, I love that.
Something like that. Let's just play around with some words. Now, some of this is very cheesy AI, right? Which I don't like at all. So I'm kind of feeling like I might try that and say like photo style.
I think this is the thing where it's going a little off what I really like. And let me show you this on Gamma.
Yeah, show me something. Let's talk it out.
Hold on, let me look for the image. Give me a second. Edit image. Because Gamma, like there was just an image on Gamma that I recently used.
Oh yeah, you wanted because we did that whole Gamma hack with like unlimited stock images. If you guys watched my YouTube video on that from last year, we made like 500 images for your
How
brand.
do you want me to send this to you? Messenger, private chat?
Messenger's fine, yeah.
Okay. Let me send this to you 1 second. Like I absolutely loved this type of imagery.
Okay.
The direct face is not, I never like that. I like that more poetic.
Got it. Okay, this is good. So you see how fast we can iterate? And that's the idea here is AI is really good at making stuff, but what does that mean? Well, to me, that means you can quickly see it and make decisions. And so we do this with clients where we're on the call and we iterate very fast. And instead of like scouring through templates or Pinterest, you can kind of talk it out. And when you get the skill of talking and seeing things, you have a few resources, right? The mood board or the brand vibe, like these reports can give you written versions of different ideas. Yeah. And you can see what that looks like. And if you're on the right track, now you can just add a little bit more and kind of refine that down from there.
I almost feel like we should go back to the golden one. The golden one was closer and just add magenta.
Okay, let me grab this.
Yeah.
So this is good. Let's pull this up. And just so everyone can see, I'll just open it up here. The concept you were liking is much more of this artistic style. So we could just drop that in with another one.
Okay.
So we had this over here. Okay, photo style. A bit more artistic, abstract, not just a woman's face.
Because when you made the Embody Society 1.0 mood board, I had this intense feeling, right? And I was feeling it and I loved it, but I just feel like it needs to be elevated. It needs to be enhanced because the AI's gotten so much better too.
I'm just giving some rough.
Nice. Thank you for saying that, Rachel. She says, always so helpful listening to the thought process.
All right. Yeah, Rachel, you're building your brand this week. Got some cool stuff going. Can't wait
Yes.
to see it. All right. So let's see. I'm going to give it just that little bit with the example, and giving examples, there's trade-offs there because it may just go really far in that direction. But I think with what we've given it already as some guidance, plus that, I'm very curious. So I'm going to give it all of this, and we're going to keep going. And these are all
That's
fun to
pretty
look
cool.
at, right? I mean, there's definitely cool. That's why I like to generate a lot, because we can look back through this later, and at some point down the road, there's a new program you want to launch. Maybe like this would be a cool style for it, right? Or social graphics. And as we get into the mock-ups, we'll have way more ideas. But even just the initial mood board concepts, in the future, you may go back and dig through these and say, oh man, I actually really like how that looked. Let me try something like that. Branding nowadays is so much experimentation and trying things to see what lands, what sticks, and finding your style can take several rounds of iterations. So looking back through this, you can start to maybe piece together things in the future.
I don't know. I really like that one. That one feels powerful.
This is very cool. Yeah, it's a cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
And now bringing in some of this more magenta kind of purple, it's a different feel for your brand for sure. But I think it can contrast well with some of the gold if we get that dialed in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh, this is interesting.
Step into your inheritance.
That is bizarre. Okay, again, ideas.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we get. Ooh, okay, that's a little more interesting.
Power does not. I love the butterfly. You know what? I've never seen a brand like this, I will say. That's pretty cool.
That's very different. It's a very unique.
It's very unique. I don't see that very often.
Okay, this just kind of copied it. That's the problem you run into sometimes. Not terrible though. So glimmery reflection. Maybe I'll try another one with those words in it. A bit of glimmery reflection, but in elevated, sophisticated environments. Now, what Nano Banana is really good at is those textures, which is just crazy what it can do. I'm gonna run it without the image to see what it does, because I given it the image, we kind of see it takes that and runs with it. Sometimes you'll get more of the magic if you don't give it the image. So I'm gonna try both, because I've been just like shocked sometimes by what you get, and you're like, okay, yes, that's it.
I really like those images. They're really pretty.
Cool. Let me drop those in. Yeah, I think I'm with you on this one being really fun. Yeah. I can see a whole series of images and marketing around that kind of look.
I mean, that'd be so cool if all these images in the like little, what do you call it? Hologram of like hearts and butterflies. It's pretty cool.
Okay, let's see. We didn't give it an image here. So this is where we're getting, you see how we're describing it differently now, and we're getting a bit, I don't know what's going on her arm, but
yeah, what's going on with her arm?
I don't know. But it is a different style than we were getting, which was super straight on. So even just describing the photography style, which at the end, I just gave it a little bit of tweak around not just a boring stock photo of a woman sitting there, which we're getting, like the default AI is going to be lazy and just do the basic stuff. With a few extra words, we're now getting, that was an older one, I think. Oh no, we did give it the image. Let's see what it came up with around that. You kind of see it building around that, which is interesting. It is weaving it all together really well, which is super creative. So it's fun to see a bunch of ideas kind of smashed together.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And this one was without it. So a little bit of this feels like a 90s, like career man over here. But some of the textures are good. Again, it's fine. We can look at it. We don't have to use this stuff. It's super cheap to generate ideas and just create your own mood boards that you're kind of refining as you go. What is this? I'm going to close this out.
I remember when I worked with a coach a few years ago, she generated a mood board for me. and I didn't like 3 or 4 of the images, and she was like, "No, that's it. That's your mood board." I was like, if I don't like something, I want the ability to change it, shift it, right?"
Okay, so what I'm looking at me is this one, and I kind of liked this
Yeah, me too.
artisticness. To me, I mean, knowing you, it kind of feels like you.
Mhm.
And which
I
both
like
of these have some of that like hand, the cool angles posing.
the colors. Could you zoom in to
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
see.
I think yeah, you're right. It does look like me. The middle one, no. The middle one's a mess.
All right. So these are looking pretty cool.
Those are looking really cool. I like them.
And we're having, so what I'm seeing, the difference is the typography, which we can dial in later. But even if we just start with that, that's pretty cool. Why don't we
Mhm.
start there?
Ooh, I like this. This is definitely an elevation of the last one,
Yeah, it's
the
got a
1.0.
lot of cool stuff.
Mhm.
Let's take those and let's move into the next phase. So, I mean,
Mhm.
that can take, well, that took 30 minutes and we did so much. We starting from up here to kind of boring
Mm.
generic to a way more dynamic just by using the brand vibe, different angles, and then adding a few extra words to the end. Now something super different and unique to you.
Yeah. These look very unique. That's what I love about them.
So what I'd like to do actually is take these. I'm going to try using both of these.
Mhm.
And that's a hit or miss sometimes. Actually, you know what? We have them opened up. Let's try this. Let's play these out a little bit and start to see how they look. So you can actually take the same. You know what I'll do is we'll start with both of those, and let's play out how they look a little bit more. So I'm going to go back to these mood board prompts. We went through brand vibe, the generator. We can do the visual brand guidelines later, but I want to play a little bit more in some of the visual design elements. And I like to look at the sales deck as a good mock-up to use next because it helps you bring your like sales concept to life a little bit more.
Mhm.
So let's start a new chat. I'm going to drop that in. Let's try it with that. It's going to read that. And do I want to bring in, I think it should have enough in there to work with just from the image. So we don't even need to type in anything else. It has no other context, which is okay right now. And I'm going to do it with this one. And we may see a little bit more clearly what this brand looks like coming to life. Because you know how important a sales funnel, sales slides are for a brand.
Mhm.
This is not what I expected. It's interesting. I'm going to try that again with, that's not really what I was expecting. So I'm going to try two things here. I'm going to try
Okay.
that again with the mood board plus the description we gave it.
Yeah. And if you guys want to know how to do this, get the mood board method.
Yeah, if you guys want to do this, as we mentioned, all of these prompts and everything are over here.
Mhm.
Moodboardmethod.com. That's where you'll go. And this is
Yes.
what we do. And really what we do with clients in our own agency and for our own projects is we generate a bunch of ideas like this and we put them into an album that we can review later. So you're never starting from scratch in the future, and you can just generate ideas really quickly, and it makes it much easier to start to build out a brand and bring it to life because you have inspiration. And now you can start to train the AI to help you do this. So once it understands in both visual and written context how you want your brand to look, it can do a lot more creative tasks for you.
Mhm.
So here's this one, building that out. Now we're doing mock-ups to see like what the style could look like in more of a sales presentation.
Mhm.
Just rough ideas. I'm going to try that one though too with the same
Sure.
thing we did over here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's with the description a little bit more. This helps
So,
you see if you like it, right?
yeah, it's so interesting to see what comes up.
What we could do next is also, because what we're gonna do is background as well. But with this, let's do same thing. So I'm dropping in the prompt, which is the sales deck and the updated vibe that we described. We can change the messaging too, because that's built into the vibe where it's kind of a plain with messaging. It's
Mm-hmm.
doing this whole power does not ask permission concept. We don't have to go that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Or looking at how it looks.
Ooh,
How,
that's pretty cool.
right? This is interesting.
I mean, it really does draw your attention. I feel like, actually, I really do like it.
It's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that helped adding
It's definitely, it looks different than what I've been using. The more the gold fractals and whatnot.
This one's a little boring. Not seeing much magic, but sometimes
No.
you'll get the magic. That's why you try it several times.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get something really crazy, like I think we kind of got something there. You know, this is looking interesting. Much more.
Yeah, I really like this because this is where the gold is nice and beautiful and very mesmerizing, but this does cross over into Design Hacker, which helps a lot. It doesn't feel like it's a fragmented part anymore.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. It's just targeting a different audience, and you're doing more of the mindset identity coaching around entrepreneurship, which I see that here, like even the way we described it. And that's what, like, talking with AI, like you've been doing and getting this stuff out of your head, even the extra little words we added around, maybe I can just paste those in here so you can see. No. The extra words we added at the end of this, let me go grab that. So this is what it came up with. Okay. So what we did, and I'll make this easier to read. Let's see if we can do, this will probably be a little bit easier to read. Okay, so what we added was some of this. Gold shimmer, fractal, subtle kind of luxe mystery feel, use magenta glow, more lifestyle resonance, elevated businesswoman. And this is where you kind of just brain dumping stuff out of your head, and then the AI can take all that and just bring it to life. Create the feeling of stepping into a higher version of self. It's an invitation, a kind of inner circle to hold that identity. This helped a lot. A bit more artistic, abstract, not just a woman. So you can tell it what you want, also what you don't want is a very good approach. Not just a woman's face posing normally, more creative and moody feel, a bit of glimmery reflection, but in elevated, sophisticated environments. It's incredible that the AI can take that and rock with it and like really bring that to life.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so looking at this,
I'm looking up magenta t-shirts now.
Yeah. Well, we could, okay, let's take this now, since I think we have a good starting point. I'm liking what we're getting with that. This one I still liked some of the elements. We could bring that in later, but for now, let's continue in this direction. And let's look at the backgrounds we need. So we have now a lot more to work with. And if you want these backgrounds, this is one of the challenges you had when it comes to content creation, right? It's
textures and backgrounds and things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're making a lot of content, but it's tricky. So you can make that much easier by just using the same brand backgrounds over and over. So I'm going to grab this prompt. We're going to drop that in. I'm going to take, this was basically the vibe that we wrote up. So if we look back over here, we have now our written vibe. I could clean that up. It does have some of the messaging in it that I'm not in love with, like Sovereign Identity Lab. I mean, it's not really on brand for you, but it's fun to see it played out. It doesn't really matter for background images.
Gives me ideas.
Let's take that. And now let's take the visuals. Let's take this one. And I'll drop in what we just made because it actually had some interesting stuff that you liked. We're going to give it both of those. Let's see if it can make some background images for us. So between the inspiration that we liked, the prompt here to do the background images, and the vibe, the written vibe with kind of written info about what we want.
Yeah, Rachel says, yes, backgrounds is a whole struggle. Yeah, it literally is.
What's cool is it's able to study the images and recreate that look, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have it doing it as a very low res,
Mm-hmm.
but what we could do if we like one, we can just say, great, now create this as a high res. All right, so let's go to this. Great, now create this one as a high res image. So it should make that super high resolution. If not, I have another trick I'll show you.
If I wanted to take that and that cute little butterfly photo and be like,
Mhm.
combine these together, is that something I could do?
Yeah, let's see. So which one?
The one I screenshotted to you. That
This
little
one here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you want this as a like photo background?
Sure. Background photo.
All right, we could play around with that. Let's see how this did. Okay, let's see what it did there. Interesting. We could try it a few times, but that's the idea, is it can make high resolution images. I would probably go to AI Studio, and we can now go like much more high res if we want. Over here, you can manage that. AI Studio is using the same image model. You can use Pro, or we were using Nano Banana 2 here, which is the faster, cheaper one, and it does a great job. And we can do image only. We can bump that up to like 2K is probably pretty good for what you need. And you just need to hook up your billing to this, and it just charges per image. But you do get like $300 for free when you start, so you can try this out for free for a while. And yeah, that's now it's no watermark as well. So AI Studio doesn't have the watermark on it, which is much more professional. So I like using Gemini for experimenting and playing around, quickly coming up with ideas. $20 a month, you can get 100 images a day. So you can do a lot on Gemini. If you want to start creating actual assets like the backgrounds, logos, and stuff, you can use AI Studio with a little more control, and it removes the watermark from the bottom. So that would be the next step. And what I've done well over there, let me just zoom out to some of the other experiments we've done. Something like this, where anything that I like within a mood board, right? These are some examples from before.
Mm-hmm.
You can go in and take screenshots and then just tell it something like this. So you could say, recreate this background exactly the same, but super high res, like a professional digital artist recreated it, and it's given it to a client to use in the branding and marketing. No text or other elements, just the background itself. So something like that. And I can give it even just a rough image like this, super small screenshot. If I wanted to give it a little bit more to work with, I could go and find more details, like maybe up here, to give it a little bit more to work with. And then I could set it, I'll do a 9:16, the vertical size. I'll try giving it both of those, and we'll try it with the butterfly concept.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let that run. Let's do the same thing here, 2K. For this one, I'll do a 4:5 vertical one for you. Image only, Nano Banana 2. Let's run that. And you liked the butterfly maybe with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why not?
A
Let's
mix of these images. All right, how did this one do? Pretty similar to Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
You can see pretty high quality. It's got that cool gold feel.
So if I wanted to create, because I already have some images from the older brand, from the 1.0, I still want to utilize them because I still think they're strong. But how do I start? Do I just start peppering these in?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, you could always use the old stuff. Like if they're
Mhm.
good,
Mhm.
it still fits. I mean, the gold fits into this, so it's not going to be
Mhm.
too drastic.
Mhm.
What I would do next is for more mockups. So we're building out now, taking the mockups, and we're using that to help build out assets, which are more high res
Mhm.
assets that could be either vertical like this, or we could just rotate it, and that could be, oops, a a background for a slide, right? So you can see a
'Cause
video, thumbnail, or something in that kind of style.
Yeah. Because when you built the assets for me for the last one for Embody Society,
Look at that. That's interesting.
oh, that's cute. That's actually kind of cute.
You could
But
play
I don't
around.
know. Yeah.
It's goofy. So now I would probably do this. So let's see. You're looking at more expanding into a bigger library of assets.
Mm-hmm.
That gets trickier, but what I would do next is start to look at stock photo ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So we take this and do the same thing. Drop that. I'm going to drop in the written report over here. And let's grab our inspiration for the AI, which was this.
Actually, I really like this direction. I didn't anticipate us going this way.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to run this a couple times. So for stock photo ideas, run these in there. So I'm giving a lot of inspiration of what we liked. I'm gonna run it 3 times. And let's see what it comes up with here. All right, stock photo ideas. What kind of visuals? Interesting. We'll download them. If you don't love them, that's fine.
I mean, I don't love every single one, but like some of them you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Trying to think here. Let's try this.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is even still very granular with helping you envision this. So what I'm going to do is look up. We have the social media ones. So let's go to. Let's see here. I want to see the educational because you're doing a lot of educational type content.
Mm-hmm.
I'll copy this. Now within these chats, we can go ahead and just start chatting with it. We can add multiple in here since it has a foundation to work with. I can go back.
Oh, this is good. So it gives me the idea.
Yeah, I could do it here too. We could have continued on these earlier too. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we'll just play around. So now we can see a bunch of social media type graphics in this style to see which one we like. And this is more in the mock-up phase.
We're almost at the 45-minute mark. I know we started at a little bit later. Educational post mock-ups. That's cool. I like those.
Okay, we'll grab some of this. And we could try the same thing with, where do we have? We didn't have that one. Wasn't this one? I could almost try it over here and just for fun, drop in these other prompts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try it
what you get.
here. Yeah, I'm going to see. I didn't really like how this one was. Usually in a chat thread, if you're getting stuff you don't love, it's going to continue in this direction. So I would actually probably.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I would start a new
out of
one.
that one.
Let's see that one.
Let us know if you guys have any questions. Leave them in the chat or you can leave it on the video.
Did we get this one? I'm going to look at all of these. Any of you who have any design skills,
yeah,
you could see this and be like, oh, yeah, here's where we're having that issue though. So there is a bug with Gemini. If you start to go down the path of making multiple images.
That's pretty cool.
No,
Um,
it's completely messed up. So just
oh, is it?
FYI, like there is
Okay.
a huge bug with Gemini that it sucks. So
Oh, I see it. I saw the bug.
yeah.
So there's a question. Could you
Mhm.
tell it to have a balance between the gold and the magenta?
Yeah, we can get in, and that's where that just a few extra words can make a difference. So even here, like use a better balance of gold and magenta. Show me more light, dark options. And I could just run that through. And the trick is like continuing down a single chat thread has its pros and cons versus starting fresh. A lot of times the magic happens when you start fresh, like a new chat. So I haven't found the perfect balance of that from my testing. This is really how I work and test. It's just I'm just clicking and type in and trying things. And what we're looking for, if the high resolution downloads aren't working, you may have to take screenshots or something. It's super annoying that there's this bug with Gemini. I'm sure they'll fix it eventually. But I found if you have multiple images going on and then you try to download one, it starts to, that one looks like it kind of worked. No, it gets all jumbled up. Like it brings in parts of the other ones. So yeah, these are all pretty jumbled up. Ugh, bummer. Oh, interesting. Was this? Yeah, this almost feels like one of those Twilight movies.
Yeah, it's gone too Twilighty.
But again, okay. So, and that's the other problem too, is giving it feedback now at this stage. It's going back and it's like, oh, I'm going to go grab the mood board. I'm going to grab the stock images, everything you just gave me, and like mash it all together. So maybe if I were to tell it, then make the social media mock-up again, maybe I can try to correct that. But it does give you even just a little feedback. You're like, okay, I can kind of see now. Maybe we could do this kind of background, this look. I like how maybe the light looks. If nothing else, though, you're getting concepts. And you could also do this same thing and say, I'm running, or I have a new product. What is it? Lux Identity.
Yeah.
Lux Identity Shift. Make graphics to market that. So you can even narrow down and make it much more practical for your needs. So any idea, like I want to start a podcast, I want to make a YouTube channel, I want to do this. You can either just chat with it and have it come up with stuff, or go into the prompts and be like, all right, what can my YouTube channel look like? What would my
yeah, because I had that.
Spotify?
I have my YouTube thumbnail that's very gold right now, so would definitely need a prompt for that.
Yeah, we could see this. So the same thing, just starting to get. Let's see, this was interesting, kind of cool. That was with that feedback. So see how we like the same content in different chats. My eye is looking like, okay, I kind of like the simple. I'm just seeing the background, right? That one image could be used really nicely in all your socials.
Is it a girl outside of the plane?
I don't know if that's a good after photo.
I don't think that's a good after.
Outside the plane. The shattered glass, like that's definitely, it feels on brand for you. The kind of identity shattering.
I really like that.
Some of the overlays and
I love
blends
mirrors and stuff in it. Good. I like this direction where it's going.
Okay, let me try doing this real quick. Dropping that in again. And without any context, I'm just going to give it the mood board image. Let's grab. This is where you'd want to eventually tighten up and just have a folder of these images. Right now we have a bunch on my computer, so it's harder to find, but that's the experimental phase, and then you tighten it down. And this makes it easier in the future. If you want to see things, you can just drop it in, and it can pull out from that and create something pretty effective. What did it do here? I'm just going to look back to see. Did it do it for? Yeah, it got all messed up. I want to see where the other one was. Okay, this was for that product.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have much information, so it's getting confused. And I think this is where I would start a new chat. It's just too jumbled up, too much going on. Let's see how it does with the YouTube. I could see you rocking with a style kind of like that for YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks pretty cool.
It's a little bit too text heavy, but
A little too text heavy for sure, but
well, I think we've done enough for today. We went through a lot of these mood board. I mean, it's tricky. Like, I don't know. I wish branding was just easier, but like to be able to at least see ideas quickly, refine down, make decisions. That is part, like, normally that would take weeks of going back and forth with a client, doing research, scouring through things.
And look at the evolution from like the top ones to where we are now. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah. And even having ideas, if you do this for clients, showing ideas, if they don't like it, that's fine. I mean, if you hate this, that's okay. At least we know. And we can even tell the AI, we're not liking this, like you can talk to it. And as the AI gets smarter, it's going to be easier to like work with stuff visually and say like, this is just feeling too Twilight.
So it did get a little Twilighty for a minute.
It feels like a series of books kind of that style.
Which, you know what? They're a huge popular
made a lot of money.
So maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, and you could start to mash things together. So now you have like, okay, this is kind of interesting. I could see maybe if you were to do some marketing, I could even see this as inspiration for you, because you have photos kind of like this. We could you could kind of tell the AI, even with this, make an image kind of like this, but put me in it and put my, we can make graphics like that pretty easily now with AI. Yeah. So we didn't have that idea before, but now we have inspiration of what you like, don't like, what really hits. And seeing a board like this of ideas we can scan through, and I'm still drawn to this. Like, there's something really cool. It feels like this feels more of a perfume ad than a Twilight series. So we're kind of like, even this one does
those
too.
Two I really like. I think you were right on the one on the middle is definitely me. Feels like me.
Middle? What do you mean middle?
The claim your sovereignty one. That one, yeah.
I think both of them are pretty good.
Both of them are good.
I would explore these directions.
Yeah.
And I do like the contrast, what I'm seeing over here a little bit. I think there's some interesting elements. It looks clean, professional. It looks premium, which is where you're trying to go with your brand. A little bit less of what you had, which is a little bit more, lifestyle kind of.
Yeah, this one's more like leadership. More leadership. Yeah, this is definitely more influencer lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which I have that aspect, but I'd really focus on more like power and leadership and business owners. I work with business owners every day. So yeah, they're powerful people.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Let's
appreciate
wrap
it
up there. Yeah. So to recap, let me zoom out what we did. You already had some info. We recommend getting all the info out of your head if you can. Get it available to the AI so that when you start to work with it and come up with your vibes, it can help you do a much better job of that. We got a direction written out. We started to refine that down. So we went from kind of generic results to exploring different angles and ideas. The gold wasn't quite hitting, so we went more dark. And then we moved into bringing in a little bit different image style, the glimmery gold combined with some magenta. You can see it followed those instructions really well. So you can, just a few extra words can drastically change the whole look and feel of your brand. Then you can start to explore that. And again, without wasting a lot of time and effort, you can see, is this really the direction I want to go? Are we going to Twilight mode? Like maybe we got to tone it back on the gold, a little bit of the too magical abstract and maybe a little bit more of the premium refined look. So even just seeing what's coming back, you can now change up your wording a bit and make quick iterations. And from there, you start to dial it in. So if you do get a direction you like, you can start to get the assets you need. And now very easily, we could take this and start to create thumbnails, slide decks, presentations, anything from within the graphics you can now pull out and start to use. And there's even next level stuff like we do with clients is we create custom prompts to help you apply these styles to any photo. So you can now create like brand image generator prompts, which for me looks kind of like this, where, you know, I can create thumbnails for any idea super fast. I can just tell it like, I'm building a prompt that turns transcripts into blog articles, and it can now create that in my image, my brand style. And just over last weekend, I made 400 images conveying different ideas, and I'm going to use these in various pieces of content. And now it's like just so much more fun and easy to build out your brand, but you have to have clarity of your direction, and you have to have it defined and in a way that the AI can understand and replicate over and over. So through this process, that gets easier. Now you can build out your sales funnel, your marketing content, and anything else you need much faster. All right, let's wrap up there today. The next steps we would take, or we will for you, Steph, is the brand guidelines written out. And that's over here on these prompts. So step 3 is going to be the visual brand guidelines, which would take that and start to solidify it further. So the AI has more written instructions.
Do a part 2. Let's do a part 2 of this.
Yeah, we'll probably kick it around, and then like I could run it here just so you guys see. You would just take that prompt, run it through, and it will write out the brand guidelines in written form that we can use again in the AI tools later on. And it will even describe it very quickly. So this is where like some of this stuff here, we use all this for future image generation. We want to bit like the foundation is so key nowadays. To make all your content with AI, you need to have this kind of visual, we call it DNA, right? So the AI can really just follow this clearly. But yeah, let's wrap up there.
Yay. Thank you for joining us.
Cool. We will see you next time. And then of course, you know, where you would go next, you start to do more of the complex stuff, building your online platform. And then you get into the good stuff. And you can always improve this as you go. You don't do it all at once. But where we're trying to get is marketing, messaging, monetization, more leads, more sales, and delivering more value at scale. That's how you actually make money with all this. But there is a lot of content that needs to be created, and AI can help you do that and make it way more fun and easy. And so this is like the bigger vision where we're trying to go. All this is just the early foundational phase, which again, any idea you can come up with, you can brand it, see it, and start to feel more confident about the direction you're going in really fast. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.